I mean, obviously my first year, I was a passer. And I kind of been a passer all my career. I came out of high school as the number one wing and trying to get back to that, trying to get back to being super versatile. And Tyler made that emphasis early on in the season. And I didn't understand it. And I really was kind of confused and trying to figure it out. And I'm still figuring it out. But I had patience. Obviously, tonight it came out big. I think bigs have the best passes. So I'm just super excited. And then to add it with a win just feels really good.
When you got the last assist and you put up 10 fingers, was that related? Did you know in the moment?
Well, somebody came up to me and said I had one more. And then she made it. And I knew somebody was going to get it because I knew they were going to make the shot. So we made a lot of great shots tonight. So I knew it was coming.
And broadening your game, I mean, it seems like this whole week you have shown different parts of that.
Yeah.
You showed some mid to outside shooting in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And then this game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel for you in the path here?
Yeah, I just want to be unstoppable. I want to be to a point where it's hard to guard because they have to guard the pass, they have to guard the shot. Obviously, didn't knock my shots down, and I felt really good during warm-ups. But obviously, they didn't knock down tonight. But I didn't let that get down. I think some of the best players in the world, like if their shot is not falling, they try to find other ways to get the team together and stay involved. So I tried to find that on the defensive end, guarding Tina. She's obviously a great player, and then being able to rebound and pass, which is something I try to emphasize on tonight.
I was talking to Tina before the game. She was saying that early in her career, Sylvia Fowles would like talk to her and tell her.
Yeah, she was talking to me.
I noticed you guys chatting.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy that? What types of things does she share?
I do. Obviously, the little scuffle that we had, obviously, she had to stick up for her teammate. But she was like, I got to do that. Like, I got to stick up for my team. And I was like, that shit not personal. Like, I love a vet like you. I love a player like you. Obviously, I respect your game. You've done a lot of great things for this game. And obviously, I love guarding her because I can see a lot of the things that I can add to my game. She has that probe, and being able to get to the cup and get that right hook. So it's great having a vet that really wants to talk to you and make sure you want to get better because obviously when she leaves this game, she wants to leave it in the right way.
Haley, you do whatever they asked you to do, but playing two guard today, how natural was that for you? Or is there a connection between that and the scoring, just feeling like you're your natural role?
I actually am not naturally a 2 anymore. I think I'm more naturally a 1 at this point. But really the reason that we have tried to do it, just talking with the coaching staff, is they're trying to get me more opportunities off the triple threat catch instead of always having a live dribble, and trying to mix it up where it's like 50-50 instead of 90-10. So really we're just trying, me and Ariel or whatever that other guard tandem may be, we're just playing naturally to mix up who's bringing the ball up on a live dribble and who gets to play out of triple threat. And obviously I specialize in triple threat, I think, playing out of jabs and my body and my footwork. So I think, that helped me get to spots tonight. And also, obviously Angel was facilitating and found everybody. So, I made a lot of open shots and that was my job tonight.
Can each of you guys speak to how it was closing out that fourth quarter and just how y'all were able to do that?
Yeah, I told them we had that timeout that 12 points can flip easy. And it was 4 minutes left, and we know how it feels to be up and then go back down. So staying poised at the right time. Obviously, I think talking to Haley the whole time, like, you're a rookie, but your opportunity has arisen. Like you step up to the plate and maximize your opportunity. And tonight she maximized that, and she's been ready all year. And just being able to see that and keep her poised, like you never know. Any night with this team, you can get anybody's best night. So I'm just super proud of this team where we are. But it's just the beginning of it.
And then Haley, speaking of opportunities, how have you been able to stay ready when coming off the bench and contribute to this team?
Yeah, I think I've had opportunities that I haven't necessarily been ready for this year, but it is what it is. It's all a journey, and those times that I wasn't ready when I had an opportunity in the games to come in and impact, I watched the film and I learned from it. And I have people on the team like Angel, like Slew, like Rachel Banham, who are continually talking to me and telling me that when it comes again, we want you to try again. Never lose that edge. And I've been in a good flow state this week, and so I was excited, and I figured if I came out and played well, he might give me some more minutes, and it was feeling good. I was in a flow, so hopefully I can carry it over to next game.
Angel, did you come in with a little extra fire? You're always a very passionate player, but it just looked like even.
I was hungry. I'm hungry.
Like a little more.
I'm hungry for a win. Like 2-7, and like we played a song before the game. Well, not a song before the game. Coach kind of told us before the game. In the 90s, there was music. All the music was desperate. Men were desperate. and they were desperate, and we were desperate tonight. And we played a song that was desperate in the locker room.
Men are desperate. You're right.
In the 90s, they were pretty desperate. They was outside the house with a boombox, and you know. I wasn't alive yet, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were super desperate tonight, 2-7. Like we wanted this win bad, and we knew we could come in here and get that. And after a long trip, it was this hell getting here, as you guys all know.
Yeah.
We wanted this bad, and going home with the win feels really good.
And I talked to Elizabeth before the game, and she seemed to take a lot of pride in specifically mentoring you and Camilla.
Yeah.
You guys play such similar positions. So
Yeah.
if you could talk a little bit about what it's meant to have a leader like her on the team and what you kind of learned from her both on and off the court.
Yeah, she's great. It's very hard to get her out of her emotions. Obviously, she stays even the whole entire time. And you need a player like that because I'm energy. I'm always going. I'm always loud. And Ewell just stays the course the whole time. Obviously, she doesn't complain. She doesn't do anything out of her sort. Obviously, she takes her time around the basket, and I watch her too. Like her and Tina, they have that nice probe. They take their time around the basket, and get a nice hook, and I try to look at that with Ewell in her game. So she's been a great mentor for me and Camilla, and just being able to have that has really helped us.
For sure. And how have you kind of balanced like this pressure on you of being a high draft pick and like all this outside noise and playing such a key role early on in your career while you're still trying to learn and develop?
Yeah, just staying the course, having great teammates. Sky has done a great job being able to have my back through everything. I love being here. I enjoy it. Obviously, it's been a bumpy road and it hasn't been easy for us, but I want everybody to continue to trust the process. We got to trust the process. Coach Starkey, Bob Starkey, he texted me the other day and was like, look at the best players. They always struggle. They always have struggled with a crazy season their first couple of years. Simone, look at Asia, like all the best players. When you're a top draft pick, you get drafted to one of the worst teams. So not saying that we are the worst team, but I'm just saying it's going to be take time for us to get better and be patient. I want the fans to just be patient with us. Like it's going to take time. We're trying to get better every day and give us some grace.
And there was I think it was the first shot you hit. It was a 3 on the left side. Was it the first time?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of got the ball in an awkward position, gathered yourself, got it. Was that a moment where you just felt like, I'm really poised, I really got it going today?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I felt that way when I went to warm up today. Sometimes when you play and you're a player, like you just know when you have that feeling. And I just had that feeling today. I had it yesterday in practice. I actually felt pretty good in my minutes against Atlanta. So, I felt like if I can just carry over a calm state of mind where I'm literally just playing instinctually, that was my goal today. So I knew I was just going to play off my instincts, and I felt good in warm-ups.
Just quickly on Michaela, she had a really nice night. What did you guys see?
Obviously, that's another great player that just never complains. She's the biggest cheerleader on the bench. She always comes in with so much energy, and you always need a player like that. Michaela's our glue. She always comes in, she plays hard in practice, every drill, every opportunity. She always comes in and maximizes it. Even if she doesn't have a great game scoring, she always comes in and defends. She comes in, she never complains. She's just a great teammate, and that's somebody you always want to have. She's like our sixth man, the sixth man that comes in and just always is there for us. And I really love that from Michaela because obviously, no, she was rookie of the year. She came in and great, and obviously things have just been up and down for her, but she's never put her head down. She's always put her head down and worked and just maximized everything. So I'm super proud of her.
So this is for all the girls who look up to you both. And I was just wondering, obviously it's been a tough start to the season. You both face a lot of pressure. What are mental tools that you both use that help you stay focused on basketball?
Yeah, for me, I think I pray a lot. I kind of just try to pray and stay the course. I trust God. I don't think he would give me anything that I couldn't handle. I always say no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I think that as long as I continue to stay the course and trust the process, I know things are going to work out. Not at my speed, but at God's speed. So I just take my time and do that.
We got time for 2 on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, along with what Angel said, faith is huge. I think believing in something greater than yourself or believing in connection to things outside of basketball is huge. And at the end of the day, no matter the battle, the hardship I face on the court, at the end of the day, I serve a good God. And so I take comfort in that. So faith for me is huge. But if it's not faith for other people, just connect spirituality, enjoy things outside of what you specialize in.
I'm sorry if you were asked this already, but best moment of your rookie season too?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. It was fun. Obviously, winning. Anytime we win, I think even when we played Dallas, like getting wins is the best feeling. So I wouldn't say that I feel like this win was better than any other win. But obviously, I'm happy with my performance.
We've got time for a couple on Zoom. Carly and then Steven, please. One apiece, please.
Hi, players. There was a timeout that Marsh called around the 7:30 mark in the first quarter after Connecticut got out to a run. And then shortly after that, you guys just came out incredibly poised the rest of the game. What was said in that first quarter timeout that helped you guys lock in?
I don't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
Honestly, we just weren't executing anything. We weren't executing the looks that we wanted. We were missing our bigs wide open in the paint on the pick and roll. We weren't executing our coverages on defense. So the coaches just reminded us that at the end of the day, like we were beating ourselves in that moment. We weren't doing what we had prepared the game plan to do. And they didn't scream at us. It's just a fact. So they just told us the facts, and it was up to us to make an adjustment.
We'll close out with Steven. Please unmute.
Hey y'all, one quick one for Angel. So you talked about the playmaking a whole lot this season and last season. Felt like the spacing for your bigs and how y'all kind of re-spaced off of each other with your touches was impactful. Can you just talk about what's kind of going into that process and how you've seen it play out for you all?
Yeah, obviously it's not easy. Kind of transitioning back to being super versatile, being in that stretch forward position. I worked on a lot in the offseason, obviously, and unrivaled. Being able to get the rebound and go coast to coast and make some plays. Obviously, I think I've struggled in the last couple games with turning the ball over a lot. And tonight I tried to not turn the ball over as much and make the right pass and not try to always make the fancy pass, but make the easier pass. And I think tonight my teammates just made shots. They made a lot of great shots and made it super easy for all of us. So I'm just super happy where we are as a team right now, and just giving ourselves grace and giving it patience with Tyler and the rest of the coaching staff has just been good for us.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Tyler will be next.
See, it's wet.
Anyone can start.
Coach, can you just
Recording in progress.
Like that first 3 quarters was real tight. Can you just speak to like how you guys were able to pull out that game in the 4th quarter and move throughout the league?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of energy from Haley. We got a lot of from an offensive standpoint. We got a lot of energy from Michaela from a defensive standpoint. And then obviously the all-around effort from Angel catapulted us tonight. But we just got great contributions all around. We stayed with it. We didn't overreact to the runs that Connecticut was able to go on today, and I think that's kind of what the poise is what kept us in it.
Angel, not just the sheer contribution, but the sparking you guys to that finish. How crucial was that, her coming through at the right time?
I mean, I think she came through the entire game, and so from whether it was defending, whether it was facilitating, whether it was rebounding, whether it was scoring. She was getting to the free throw line, she was drawing contact, and she was creating a lot of congestion in the paint where she was able to find shooters. And so she was great across the board tonight, and we needed every bit of it.
Were you using Haley a little bit differently today than previous times?
No, I think that what we did was just have her in with another ball handler. We tried to keep 2 ball handlers on the court at all times today. And so that ability to kind of pick and choose when we wanted Ariel on the ball, when Rachel was in, and Haley on the ball when Ariel was in, just kind of mixing it up a little bit. But I think our spacing allowed Haley to get some downhill looks and opportunities into the paint where she was able to find players, and she was able to create shots for herself as well.
What steps do you think were taken over this week, New York, Atlanta, and now here, as far as you guys' progression?
Yeah, I think our ability to overcome adversity is something that continues to stick out. We never get too down on ourselves. With plenty of reason to, we've been able to fight back, and we've been able to stay together through it. And we're able to see a bigger picture and a higher purpose for what we're doing and what we're believing in, and we're staying true to that. I think that our connectivity is just what's kind of carrying us right now. And so we want to continue to build on that and keep it going and carry this momentum into Washington.
Coach, speaking of contributions, to Ariel Atkins, who left with injury and came back, can you just speak to her grit and what she means to this team this season?
She means a ton to this team on and off the court. Her leadership, her experience, her care for her teammates. It's all something that we preach throughout this organization, and it's something that we knew that when we traded for her, she would fit perfectly into the culture that we wanted to build here. And so stuff like that translates and transcends beyond wins and losses. It's something that you can continue to build on when you're trying to establish a foundation of who you want to be. And so that's what we appreciative of her and look forward to moving down the line.
Tyler saw she went straight to the locker room after something. What happened to her? Was she cut or?
No, she got hit in the head. She kind of like in her ear, I guess, and it was but she'll be okay. Yeah.
Any more questions for Coach?
Coach, Marina and Tina had like big performances. Were there any adjustments that you're making during the game to stifle that and help y'all get through?
Yeah, I thought our game plan against Marina was really solidly executed. It a lot better in the second half. We made a couple of adjustments. I thought Michaela was great on her in the second half, and Tina is Tina. She's a force down low, but I thought all 3 of our post players did a really good job of fighting for positioning down there and trying to limit her deep post catches and make it tough for her when she got the ball. And so we did a great job on them in totality. They kind of got off a little bit in that first half, and we were able to adjust and correct those things. But I thought it was a great all-around effort from our team.
We'll move to Zoom. 1 apiece, please. We'll start with Carly Bell.
Hey, Coach, your bench really stepped up today with everybody across the board contributing, but specifically Elizabeth Williams was able to do things that may not have come up on the stat sheet. What growth have you seen out of her, especially in these last couple games, that's kind of been a good presence and a calmness for your team to have?
Yeah, it's been less growth and more of who she is and who she's been. It's the consistency that she brings. She does things every night that doesn't show up on a box score, and so that's where her value is for us. She's another locker room leader, but she's someone that leads by example on the court as well. So it's the little things when it comes to setting screens and rolling hard and drawing attention and being a willing passer out the low and high post and defending. Like she's someone who is very consistent and a consummate professional in terms of coming to work every single day with a job to do. And I don't run many plays for her, and so she does that willingly because she knows that it has a big impact on this team and on her teammates, and I think her teammates really value and appreciate that aspect about her.
Move to Steven, please unmute.
Hey, Coach Marsh. It seems like your big spacing and the respacing and the cutting has been really impactful and effective, especially when there's a guard paint touch or a short roll touch. Can you just speak to kind of the detail and intentionality that's gone into that part of your spacing in particular?
Yeah, I think with Sloop being out, we've become a little bit less of a ball screen oriented team and a little bit more playing through our post. And so, but I think I've said it from day one. I think the best attribute of our bigs is their ability to pass and the willingness to pass. And so whether that's on high-low opportunities or whether it's driving into the paint and finding their guards and their shooters out on the perimeter, I think that the spacing is key to create those opportunities for each other and for our guards. And so they've been great at that.
We'll close out with Christian. Please unmute.
Hi, Coach. Kristen Winsider. So today, Kia Nurse is perfect from behind the arc. Ariel Atkins shot well from 3-2. Do you think that was a big part of why the spacing worked today? And if so, how can you get your three-point shooters in that position to knock down those shots to kind of create that spacing into the next couple of games?
Yeah, I think today was a matter of shots falling at the right time. It was able to stop a little bit of momentum on Connecticut's end. I think that Kia has had and taken good looks all year, and the shots just haven't fallen. And so we haven't overreacted to that. We knew that at some point they were going to fall. We want her to continue to be confident, taking open shots and not forcing. But I thought she did a good job today of just letting the opportunities come to her, and she was able to knock them down in big moments. And so, you look at the box score, and she only played 16 minutes, but it had less to do with what she did or didn't do, rather, and just more off of a feel as we kind of got going. We got a lineup that we were kind of flowing with from a defensive standpoint with Michaela and with Haley in there. So.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.